What's going on, you guys? So I wanted to do a video talking about Imperator Rome and all of the feedback that's been going on about it. And there's been a lot of negative feedback. And, well, before I comment on it, let's go into see what Paradox says and some of the reviews that I've seen online. So let's just go right into it. So as you can see here, Paradox made a post here on Twitter discussing Imperator and PDS. So it links you right to this forum page here. And I'm just going to read it. We're going to read it together and see what they have to say about Imperator and game development. So to help you understand a bit more how the development of a game works, I decided to give you a more thorough explanation on the subject. I hope you will enjoy it and perhaps you will learn a few things here and there. When developing games, you basically have to get all the features of your project locked in for alpha, milestone in game development, if you will. Later on, you will stop adding and revising heavily features when you get closer to beta. Another milestone I'm sure you're all familiar with. Once you reach the last 2 months before release date, you have little, if not any, room to include super critical changes to your game. The only thing you can do is iron out the stability of the game, ensure that everything is localized, and the AI knows how to play the game and what game to play. You may have noticed that after the first few sessions of Dev Clash Grand Multiplayer held internally that we broadcast on Twitch every Tuesday, there were no major changes made to the game. In a nutshell, the game was locked down for a final polish before release. The 1.1 patch Pompeii that we will get out in June started developing around the same time. That is 2 months before release. The people in charge of said patch included team members that were not busy with AI development stability issues or localization. We gathered an enormous amount of ideas that we want to implement when the time was right, and we started working on them along with potential issues to be fixed. All the features for Pompeii are, so to speak, done. However, the version of the game tied to the Pompeii patch is currently unstable. The AI is not aware of the changes we made yet, and the graphics as well as the UI are still provisional. In addition, most balance numbers are off. When the Demetrius patch is done and out, the 1.01 that will release next week, our team will start working on Pompeii, and it should be ready for release about 5 or 6 weeks later. Meanwhile, the design team has to juggle with the fine-tuning of Pompeii and writing up a design for the expansion and free update that will come afterwards. And so it continues. Hope you enjoyed this post, Johan. So this is a pretty significant forum post. And what I take from it is them responding to all the critical feedback that's been going on in the web. And let's go over to Steam and you'll see some of the feedback there. So on this Steam page here, you can see a lot of red, only one blue. But if you go into the top left here, you can see where it breaks down the Steam reviews. 2,023 are positive, 2,341 are negative. So that's, more than 50% that are negative. And going to my Imperator Rome in-depth review that I made a couple days ago on release day, which I gave stunning reviews. I love the game. I think about it literally night and day. I really love playing it. I feel for me at least, there's so much to love about this game. Not everybody agrees with me, which is fine. Not everybody has to agree on a certain thing. Anyway, looking back at Johan's post, I look forward. There's already 2 patches in the works, which is great. I really like the game. I honestly think the character system is awesome. I think there's a lot of politics in the game. There's numerous game videos that I've made where I barely did any war because there was so much to do on the character side and the economy side and the traditions, research. There was so much stuff to do. And, some people don't like it, which is fine, and the game's going to get better. When Crusader Kings 2 came out, Hearts of Iron 4 came out, the game was not what it was today. And they added more DLCs, putting in more and more stuff, and the game's now, like Crusader Kings and U4, are like really huge games now. And have tons and tons of features, which is great. The game is great now. It was great then, So it's just gotten better with time, and that's what Imperator will. And I love the game now, and I'm just gonna love the game even more as time goes on with more DLCs. And yes, the DLCs will probably be $10-$20. But honestly, you don't have to get the DLC. If you enjoy the game now, which I do, and you could just stick with it. I'm planning to get the DLCs because I can only imagine how much more stuff they're going to put on and make more amazing features and more stuff into the game. But yeah, I really love it. So, yeah. Anyway, that was just my 2 cents, and I was really surprised by a lot of the negative feedback, But to each his own, A lot of people, don't like this and don't like that, Like for me, one of my favorite movies is Gettysburg, and I, like Martin Sheen. I think he's the best lead that I've ever portrayed as Lee, And a lot of people are like, no. There's so many other actors that play Lee better. Martin Sheen was just horrible at the role. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes. So yeah, that's just life. And yeah. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you then.